everyone, my name is Harshikaa Udasi and I'm the author of this book, Friends Behind Walls, and also of Kittu's Very Mad Day. I don't know if you've read that one. Okay, I'm from Bombay, but right now I'm in this scenic place, I'm just going to show around, called Devlali. Right? Did you see it? Did you like this place? That's where my new book, Friends Behind Walls, is based. Yeah, and if you see this house behind me, that finds a mention in this book. You'll know it when you read it. So I'm going to read a bit of my book to you. So the lovely people at Cosy Nook Library asked me to read a bit of my book, and I just hope you like what I read. So my book is about this boy whose name is, can you see him? His name is Neil, but his parents call him Putti, and this little girl whose name is Indrani, but calls her Inu. And Putti and Inu want to be friends, but their parents are literally at war with each other. They won't speak, they will open their mouths only to fight with each other. But what happens when their children want to be friends? Have you ever had an experience like that? When you want to be friends with someone and your parents are actually fighting with the other set of parents? It can be a tricky situation, right? I had that happening in my life when I was a kid, and that's what the starting point for this book was. Now, I told you earlier that this book is set in Devlali, where I am. Now, where is this Devlali? This beautiful place is in Maharashtra. It's not too far from Bombay, about a 4-hour drive. So that's where the book begins. When Putti, did you hear that? It's going to rain soon in Devlali. It's that sort of place where the monsoon is like amazingly beautiful, and it's just thundering really loudly. So before it rains, how about I read a little bit of the book to you? So the book begins with a chapter that's called A Drive, a Vada Pav, and 1000 Questions. Now, have you ever had a Vada Pav? If you're from Maharashtra, you would have had a Vada Pav, definitely. But if you're not, then let me tell you what it is like. So it's like boiled potatoes, and they're dipped in batter. Okay, so first they're spiced, and they are dipped in batter and fried, and they're damn tasty, very, very, very tasty. And then you take a piece of pav bread, and you put it inside, and you put a lot of chutney, and you bite into a piece of heaven. Okay, so this chapter, and I love it, of course, so which is why it finds a mention in my book. A Drive, a Vada Pav, and 1000 Questions. Vada Pav! But Putti, we just stopped 5 minutes ago, said Ma, sounding really annoyed. But Ma, said Putti, see, it says here on this board, step in for the best Vada Pav of the world. Now, can you imagine this? The best Vada Pav of the world? I don't even know whether they make Vada Pav in America. Do you think so? Okay, so he says, it is written in this on this ad over here, step in for the best Vada Pav of the world. We have to stop. So that's when Putti's father starts speaking, and he has a very funny habit. He rhymes his last words. So you'll come to know. Let me read the sentence. So he says, don't believe these ad shads, Putti. Eat some chips, no? Said Papa. What did he do there? Ad shads. He has this very strange habit of doing that. So he says, don't believe these ad shads, Putti. Just eat some chips now. But do you think Putti is the sort of kid who would eat chips when he wants to have vada pav? I don't think so. Vada pav, please, please, please. And you know what happens, right? When kids make that sort of noise and parents are really annoyed, it's just like, just stop it. So Ma turned the car into a highway food junction that screamed TTVP, short for Tip Top Vada Pav. And Putti was excited. Yay, 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 he said. He screamed excitedly as his papa got off to get them all Vada Pavs. But soon there was water trickling from Putti's eyes and nose. You've eaten a Vada Pav, right? If yes, you know what was happening. And if no, let me tell you, a vada pav can get really, really spicy. But in spite of these temporary tears, Putti was super happy for two reasons. One, obviously, because he was having the world's best vada pav, remember? And the second, he was going to his native place, Devlali, for the holidays. Now imagine a child who has never been taken to his native place. Why would that happen? Can you take a guess? Yeah, I told you that earlier, right? His parents are at war with the neighbors and they have never seen the face of their house since the last 8 years. So Putti has never been to his house, his native place. So they've gone to all these fancy places, Amritsar and Goa and Jaisalmer and everywhere but Devlali. But this time Putti insists that we must go to Devlali. All right. So I'm going to cut a bit. You guys are good book detectives, I hope. I hope you all can understand that certain things must have been written by the author, but she's not saying them right now. She's jumping and you can guess what must have happened. In any case, I guess you're going to read the book. So I'm going to jump a little, all right? And you fill in the blanks later. So, have you ever been on a long drive with your family? What happens when you're on that long drive? Are you like good kids who listen to what your parents are saying, are quiet, observe the greenery around you and enjoy the drive? Or are you sort of like Putti? Okay, Putti is a sort of child who keeps asking 1,000 questions. Now remember the title of the chapter? So he asks his favorite question, and what is that, you think? Are we there yet? Yes. So he starts asking him the questions that he loves asking. Are we there yet? How about now? What kind of people live there? What do they do? What do they wear? What do they eat? What do they drink? How late do they sleep? How late can I sleep? Is it true that there are monkeys in Devlali? How many monkeys are there in Devlali? 10? 20? 10,000? Are there more monkeys or are there more people? How many monkeys are there per person? You can get it right. 1,000 questions and very, very annoying. Now, what do you think if you were his parent? What would you react like? Would you be happy? Oh, wow, my child is asking so many questions. Or would you be very, very upset? To find out what happens in the story, to meet its fabulous characters, there are characters, there's one that's my particular favorite. His name is Mr. Chimanrao Gadbade, but the children call him Mr. Om Namaha. And why do they call him Om Namaha? Do you want me to give you a sneak peek into that? Okay. So he gets up every morning and he prays to the sun god, saying Om Suryaya Namaha, Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. But the children can't understand any of it. So they remember only Om and they remember Namaha. So they made their own rhyme like Om Brashyatitaya Namaha, Om Take a Bathaya Namaha, Om Eat Your Breakfastaya Namaha. So why don't you go ahead and make your own Om Namaha rhyme and also read this book written by me, Harshikaa Udasi, and illustrated by the wonderful Krishna Bala Shenoy, right? I'm going to share with you maybe the book trailer and you can watch that. And grab your copy, go to Funky Rainbow, go to the Lightroom bookstore, and definitely it's available at the Cosy Nook Library as well. So go ahead and read the book and tell me how you find it. Bye from me.